I got dope and not to go back. I just be fucking on.
What the fuck is up? You know who it is. Big 30. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for staying with me, bearing with me. We back. It is the 30 for 30 podcast. You know what I'm saying? I'm your host, the humble, you feel me, Negro, Lemthurdy. Got a couple topics I wanted to talk about. You know what I'm saying? It's been too long. Hopefully, you feel me, I get on a more consistent schedule, you know what I'm saying, going forward. But you feel me? Thanks for, you feel me, staying with me throughout all this time. Loyal fans, new fans. We gonna talk some shit, you know what I'm saying? I ain't holding no punches, not pulling nothing back. So got a whole bunch of viewpoints. I'm a very opinionated nigga. So let's get to it. First thing I wanted to talk about was we got Israel Adesanya versus Dricus du Plessis. Something I've been wanting to talk about for a while now. If you didn't already know about it, Israel Adesanya, you know what I'm saying? He's a middleweight champion of the UFC. He's been going back and forth with this dude named Dricus du Plessis. Dricus du Plessis beat the shit out of Robert Whitaker. I lost some money on that shit, I'm not gonna lie. So he's pretty much put himself in position to have a really big fight with Israel Adesanya pretty soon. This nigga want to play the victim a whole bunch. Dricus du Plessis. I don't really like that shit. That shit's some hoe shit if you ask me. But fair play to him. He started the beef. He got himself in the position to get the title fight. And without the shit talking that he did, you know, he's been calling himself like the real African and shit. If he didn't do any of the shit talking that he did, he wouldn't be in this position. Do I feel like he stepped over the line and he need to get his ass whooped? Both show. And so I really look forward to seeing Israel Adesanya, you know what I'm saying, get that get back and whoop that boy ass. For those who don't know, you know what I'm saying, Dricus du Plessis is from South Africa. I don't know if I already said that. Israel Adesanya is from Nigeria, and Dricus du Plessis trains in South Africa. And Israel Adesanya does not. Israel Adesanya trains in New Zealand with Eugene Behrman, I think that's his name. So they have a really good team over there. But Dricus du Plessis kind of slighted him by saying like Dricus du Plessis is the real African fighter. He's a white man, you know what I'm saying, who lives in South Africa. If you want to know why that's really offensive, just look up apartheid, you know what I'm saying? So educate yourself on that shit. I could go into apartheid for you. I'll give you one clue as to something that, you know what I'm saying, is related to apartheid. Nelson Mandela. So there's a lot of racist shit going on in South Africa. A lot of segregation that went on and still goes on to this day. So you feel me? I want that nigga Izzy to beat the shit out of DDP for all us niggas. But shout out to DDP for beating the shit out of Robert Whitaker, because I did not think he was going to do that. Oh, and also, you feel me? Seems like that fight was supposed to happen in Australia. But since DDP isn't like ready to go yet, that fight's going to get postponed. And we're going to have Sean Strickland versus Israel Adesanya. And Sean Strickland going to get his ass whooped too. He be talking too much. But another nigga that just talked for attention. So, you feel me? Looking forward to that fight. My nigga Stylebender, you feel me? My Atos, you feel me? Jiu-Jitsu, you know what I'm saying, member. I've never seen that nigga, so don't let me lead you astray. But you feel me? I'm rooting for that nigga. Shout out to you, bro. Get that shit in blood. My nigga Shamel Findley recently fought. He fought in Florida, Tampa, Florida. I was not able to get there, you feel me? I watched that shit. I had a little fight party at my crib. You feel me? We watched that shit. Unfortunately, he didn't get the victory this time. If you've been watching this channel, you know Shamel Findley's been a long-time friend of mine. Been on a long time. He's been on a long winning streak. You feel me? At least like 3-4 fights. He had a tie. That's the only fight of his I've been to. He tied. But since then, he's won all his fights by finish. So he's went on a really impressive win streak. Recently, just came to an end. He lost by decision to a guy named Mad Syrian. I don't know how to say his whole name, but he's a guy from Kazakhstan. He was really tough. I don't like the rules in that organization. They don't allow people to go 5 rounds. I think the organization was a Cage Fury Fighting Championships. But yeah, if in their fights, they don't allow somebody to go 5 rounds if the fight is like 3-1 or 4-0 going into the 5th round. So the only way that you can have like a 5th round is if the fight is 2-2 going into the 5th round, which is bullshit. You know, I've seen a lot of fights where people are losing, you know, all 4 rounds and then you win in the 5th because that's the game you're playing. You're pressuring, you're a pressure fighter, or whatever the case may be. So no excuses. I just wish they would have gave him all 5 rounds. You know, the dude fought a great fight. My man Shamel fought a great fight. There's a lot of you know, things he can take away from that, and you know, it's no biggie. This shit happens when you fight, and you fight good opponents. You test yourself. Sometimes you come across guys. You learn things. So I know he's not gonna do anything but get better from this and keep building on it. And I look forward to seeing his next fight. You know what I'm saying? My nigga's still the king of Florida. I know a lot of dudes are still ducking him. So the bad man's still the bad man. And you feel me? I know you guys are going to be real scared of seeing you feel me, the next version of that, because he's only going to get more dangerous. So you feel me? Shout out to my nigga. I salute you. I love you. And I hope you feel me, you feel good, you know what I'm saying? Heal up, you know what I'm saying? And get back soon and come back stronger. Going from one savage to some more savages. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to go ahead and touch on this Terrence Crawford versus Errol Spence fight. It's going to be one of the bigger fights boxing-wise I've seen in a long time. Excuse me. Probably up there with, you know, not Terrence. Gervonta Davis. Ryan Garcia was a big fight, but even going farther back than that, Deontay Wilder, Tyson Fury type fight. Manny Pacquiao, Floyd Mayweather type fight. It's a big-ass fight, you know. I like both guys a lot, don't get me wrong. I've watched a lot of both of their fights. Terrence Crawford, I've seen him fight Kell Brooks, Sean Porter. I also saw him fight Gamboa. Who else did I watch him fight? I've seen Terrence Crawford fight a couple guys. Each time it's an impressive, you know what I'm saying, victory for Terrence Crawford. He's a tenacious fighter, very dangerous, and is, you know, has a lot of weapons, a lot of tools that he uses to his advantage. Errol Spence, I came across Errol Spence by watching him in the Money Team gym when Adrian Broner was there, Robert Easter, and him, as well as Tank Davis. And that's how I first, you know, was introduced to Errol Spence. He's a very impressive fighter too. He's done nothing but you know, win fights since he's been boxing. He's just not that impressive to me, if you're asking me, just being fair. Like, I'm not dissing him at all. He just hasn't really wowed me at all in any of his fights. He's a good boxer, tough boxer, a big guy for his weight class, and he plays bully ball a lot of times and walks through punches and beats people up. So with that being said, I do think Terrence Crawford's gonna win. I did want to actually touch on though, Errol Spence, you know, got into a car accident, stuff like that. Like, he's a dog, don't get me wrong. Errol Spence is a dog, and it's going to take a lot to get Errol Spence out of there. But with that being said, once again, I think Terrence Crawford probably, you know what I'm saying, TKOs Errol Spence around the 9th or 10th round, maybe even the 8th. I can see that happening. But yeah, I had a dream though that Errol Spence, you feel me, beat the shit out of Terrence Crawford. So maybe that's just like the inner me being like, don't be too sure about this fight. But yeah, I think Terrence Crawford's gonna win. I had a dream that Errol Spence got his though and beat the shit out of Terrence Crawford. So you know what I'm saying. Don't listen to me. This is really a 50-50 toss-up fight. But like I said, if I was putting money on it, I would put money on Terrence Crawford. But Spence is a plus 125 underdog. So, you know what I'm saying? That's good money for a dude like Errol Spence, who, you feel me, is normally never an underdog. So if you did have a little bit of belief in Errol Spence, go ahead and put that money down. Put your money where your mouth is, you know what I'm saying? And if you do win some money, show me the slip, you know what I'm saying? I might shout your ass out later on, you know what I'm saying? Or not, bro. Who knows? But yeah, Errol Spence a plus 125 underdog. So if you're feeling froggy, go ahead and leap on that ticket. You know what I'm saying? And get you some fucking money. Now, it's time to talk about one of my favorite events of this weekend. The one that I look most forward to. Not to say that I'm really looking forward to Spence Crawford too, though, so I shouldn't even say that. But, you know what I'm saying? This UFC card is going to be a banger. It's the return of the BMF belt. UFC 291, you know what I'm saying? So, let's get into it. I'm very conflicted when it comes to this. I think I'm going to make the thumbnail, you know what I'm saying, something that's close to my heart in regards to how I feel about this fight. I'm going to let y'all in on this, you know what I'm saying, right now. So, the first fight I did want to talk about was Ferguson versus Green. You know what I'm saying? Tony Ferguson versus Bobby Green. a very particular fight to me because I've met both of these men. You know what I'm saying? Very cool dudes. Bobby Green was as you think he would be. You know what I'm saying? Of course I met fucking Bobby Green. How I don't even know how that shit happened, but it happened. But um Bobby Green was exactly how you expect that nigga to be. I wanted to ask this nigga like, hey, you trying to smoke a joint after this? I don't even smoke joints, but you from you trying to smoke a wood, a blunt after this, you know what I'm saying? Like you trying to smoke? Because that nigga was just hella cool, laid back. Came in there with his UFC shorts on, bro. Like, what the fuck? And I, of course, my fanboy ass, you know what I'm saying? I was like, oh shit, that's King Bobby Green, you know what I'm saying? I was in there cornering somebody, you feel me? So I was in a like a I was in a not a waiting room, but you feel me? I was in the little corner room where fighters get prepared before a fight, and you know what I'm saying, they're warming up and shit, you know what I'm saying? But if you didn't know, they share those rooms. Like all the fighters, if you're like on the red corner, you know what I'm saying? For most organizations, everybody in the red corner is going to be in one waiting room before their fight. So you get to see everybody in the red corner, you know what I'm saying, waiting in the same room together before they fight, and we're all warming up in there, getting psyched up, whatever. So Bobby Green was in there talking to one of his fighters and getting them all hyped up and even sparring with them. So I got to see Bobby Green spar a little bit, his patented, you know what I'm saying, hands low style and shit. You know what I'm saying? It's real cool. I talked to him a little bit, spoke to him, because I've always thought that Bobby Green beat Rafael Fiziev, and he was like super hyped up when I brought that shit up. I was like, I think you beat Fiziev, bro. And he was like, I think I beat that nigga too, bro. And he started talking to his team, bro. That nigga was hella bomby, hella cool, laid down down there fast nigga. I talked to him too about when he fought, because he had just fought Islam Makhachev too, and that shit. So that was cool. It was a cool experience, cool dude. I also met Tony Ferguson, also a real cool dude. Way more humble, way more like I don't know what it is with the cameras and shit that makes him look weird or whatever, but Tony Ferguson is like one of the coolest fighters I've met to this day. I was at a UFC, not a UFC fight, but I was at Uriah Faber's promotion, watching one of my friends fight. And Tony Ferguson was there, you know what I'm saying, in like by the cage, and he was just taking his time talking to a lot of fans and taking pictures, talking to people. So I just took the opportunity to speak to him as well, you know, when I got my turn. And he was very nice, very cool, and he spoke to me. I talked to him about the Nate Diaz fight, because I was actually at that fight. I tried to show him my bet slip, because I bet on him to win, but I bet on him to win before they flipped the fights up. So if you know about the fight when Tony Ferguson fought Nate Diaz, Tony Ferguson was initially scheduled to fight Daniel Rodriguez, or was it Li Jiliang? I don't remember, but I bet on Tony Ferguson to win that fight. Then the fight got switched up last minute because Hamzat Chimaev, excuse me, missed weight. And so Nate Diaz got scheduled to fight Tony Ferguson, and Nate Diaz won. But so I showed him my bet slip and shit. I don't think really Tony Ferguson understood what I was showing him when I showed it to him. Like, bro, I was at the fight. Here's the Bet MGM, you know, ticket slip that I had that I bet on you with. It didn't really occur to him, but we did talk it up a little bit. I asked him what happened like backstage, and he just said some funny Tony Ferguson shit. That's the only time Tony really came out on him. But he was real cool. I'm not gonna lie, real down to earth, and that's why I'm conflicted with the Bobby Green Tony Ferguson fight. But either way, may the best man win. I'm not even gonna have a prediction on that one. You know what I'm saying? I do got a bet slip on that one though. So you feel me? I'm not gonna reveal that right now, not ahead of time, but maybe afterwards that shit might reveal itself. But yeah, shout out to Tony Ferguson, shout out to Bobby Green. They're the only really ones that are hyping up their fight prior to, you know what I'm saying, this UFC card. So shout out to them. Bobby Green always put on a show. It should be a really good fight. Then we got Derek Lewis versus Marcos de Lima. I'm not going to talk too much on that one. Derek Lewis looked good. Marcos de Lima's looked good. Count on that fight going under 2 rounds. Then we got Jan Blachowicz versus Alex Pereira, which is going to be a barn burner. But, you know, Blachowicz has too many tools at light heavyweight for Alex Pereira to just come in there on his first fight and win. The UFC always feeds the new middleweights that turn light heavyweights to Jan Blachowicz, and Jan Blachowicz is like 3-0 so far. Izzy, Jacare Souza, and Luke Rockhold. So he beat all those 3 guys moving up. So, I mean, I think Pereira might be the 4th. Blachowicz probably just going to try to, you know, smart box and take him down. But Alex Pereira has that super left hand, and he's bigger than those other guys, so that might be going in his favor. So we'll see how that goes. But I wouldn't bet against Jan Blachowicz at light heavyweight. But Jan Blachowicz and Alex Pereira is going to be a good fight. But like I said, my money be on Jan Blachowicz. But don't be surprised if Alex Pereira pulls it out and wins by knockout. And then we got the last fight, Poirier versus Justin fucking Highlight Gaethje. It's gonna be a great fight. The first fight, you know what I'm saying? Fucking Justin Gaethje tried to kick fucking Dustin Poirier's leg off, to no avail, because Dustin Poirier was just going to the head with it, and you feel me? Eventually, the nigga couldn't take it no more. Justin gave out, you feel me? And it was fight over, TKO. It was a very good fight. They've only gotten better since then. If Justin's smart, he's just gonna try to wrestle him if he can, but I don't think he will. I think Justin's gonna probably try to box with Dustin again, and the Diamond's gonna come out victorious. I think it'll be a TKO probably in the 4th, 5th round again, because Justin's so fucking tough. I feel like Justin has a lot more power than he did before too. I don't know if he's fighting more technical, or I don't know what it is, but he seems like he's been hitting harder. So Dustin has to be aware of that. But once again, I think Dustin will win the fight in the 4th or 5th round by TKO. Should be a great fight though. Fight of the night, BMF title belt. So it's gonna be really exciting. Can't wait to see the fights. Real quick, I did want to go over the betting odds on that slip, or on that fight, excuse me. Ferguson is plus 300, great odds. You feel me? If you did want to take that. Lewis is plus 185. He was like plus 400 like yesterday, but since he came in with the 6-pack, the odds has been going down in his favor. So he's now at a plus 185 if you want to pick that one up. Chiesa is a plus 120 going against Kevin Holland, which, you know what I'm saying, is not bad juice for the squeeze. Chiesa could easily take Holland down for 3 rounds and finish that. I wouldn't go for it though, because he's coming off a long layoff, has a bad back, and Kevin Holland is like a fucking wet fish. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to keep that nigga down unless you're like a top tier wrestler. He's gonna really try to box this nigga's face off. And then we got Justin Gaethje at plus 120. That's a toss-up fight if you ask me. So if you did want to bet on Justin Gaethje for plus 120, that's a great bet. So you feel me? That's my UFC 291 preview. Hope you guys enjoyed that one. God damn, bro. Real quick, I wanted to touch on some shit that I recently just saw. Maybe if I can, I'll put a video up too, so we can, you know what I'm saying, so y'all can see it too. This man, Caleb Plant, smacked the shit out of Jamal Charlo. I don't know which Charlo it was, actually. I'm not going to put a name to it, but it was a Charlo, nigga. This nigga fucking smacked the shit out of Charlo. I don't know what for, bro, but this nigga Caleb Plant smacked the shit out of Charlo. This nigga didn't smack Canelo like that, you know what I'm saying? Bro, god damn. That nigga got to get it back in blood now. They got to set up a fight or something, bro. This nigga Caleb Plant looking like Eminem out here nowadays, bro. He going to be a white man king. You feel me? They going to respect the shit out this nigga in every white man's hood. You feel me? He going to be a country music legend, nigga. They going to put that shit in the music video. You feel me? Caleb Plant smacking the shit out of nigga, bro. I'm like, nigga, what's happening, nigga? What niggas going to do about it, nigga? Nigga really slapped the fuck out of Charlo, bro. Charlo, you should be ashamed of yourself, bro. I don't know what you did, or you feel me, but you need to apologize to that man. Or y'all niggas, I know how twins do, need to jump that nigga, bro, on God. I wouldn't believe that shit unless I saw it, bro. But real talk, you feel me, that nigga Caleb Plant smacked the shit out of Charlo. It was at the Terrence Crawford, Spence press conference, the last one, or the weigh-ins or whatever, bro. Smacked the shit out that man, bro. If you ain't seen it, you need to go see it. Maybe I'll have it up on the screen or some shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? And y'all will need to see this part, so, cause you feel me, you already saw it. But that shit was crazy, bro. This nigga smacked the shit out of fucking Charlo, nigga. Charlo, y'all niggas need to up the score or some shit, bro, cause niggas can't just let this one go. Can't let that go, bro. That shit was on camera, bro. Hell no. Last thing I want to talk about, since we're talking about, you know what I'm saying, fantasy fights, fights that ain't happened, you know what I'm saying, whatever the case may be, we're talking about boxing, okay? Y'all know I'm a Tank Davis fan. If you ain't know, now you know. Recently, Naoya Inoue, that's the best you're going to get out of me, beat up Stephen Fulton. And people started singing praises of Inoue. It was a great performance. It was a great performance. Inoue went crazy in Japan, beat the shit out this man, and knocked him out. It's a highlight performance. If you haven't seen it, I definitely recommend you go see it. If you ask me, don't want to take anything away from Inoue, Fulton looked like shit. I'm going to put it like that. Fulton looked like shit. Didn't even really give a fight until he thought he was going to get knocked the fuck out in Japan. You know what I'm saying? So, but with that being said, since everybody thinks Inoue is so great, I would like to see Inoue fight Tank Davis. What y'all think? They're about the same size as far as like height. Maybe Tank can go down a little bit, meet in the middle, maybe at 130 or something like that. Catch weight, you know what I'm saying? That would be a great fight to see. Who do I think would win? I think Tank Davis knocks that boy the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? People don't really give Tank Davis his credit as far as being a technical boxer. He's very technical, you know what I'm saying? He doesn't throw a lot of punches because he doesn't want to, you know what I'm saying, blow his whole wad, pause, you know what I'm saying? He doesn't want to exert all his energy, so he's holding it, reserving it, waiting for the right punches. But that's really technical, you know? That's Mike Tyson-esque, even though Mike Tyson was coming with a lot more volume at times. But anyway, that would be a problem for him if he did fight a dude like Tank, because Tank not just going to sit there and get hit. He's going to move around. He's going to wait for that right moment to counterpunch and knock your ass out. Can you take a punch anyway? Because I didn't really see you take a punch against Fulton. I don't know, but I'd love to see that fight. Two dudes around the same height. If you can put Lomachenko up against Inoue, I've seen people trying to say that, then you can put Tank up against Inoue. And people are always also saying like, oh, that's PBC, yada yada yada. I think Fulton's a PBC fighter. I don't know though. You know what I'm saying? Who cares? I don't. Besides all that, I love to see that fight. I'll take my boy Tank every day. But with that being said, thank you for rocking with me. You know what I'm saying? We back. It's a 30 for 30 podcast. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to cut this up and we're going to have little clips and shit too. I'm going to be way more consistent. I'm going to be posting way more often. I'm going to have a page up, Lemthurdy, 30 for 30. You know what I'm saying? That's me on IG. So go ahead and follow that. That's where we're going to be posting all the time. Thank you for rocking with me. Like I said, too, for the UFC 291 guys, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to post the best slip on my IG if you want to see it. If you want to trail it before time in the future, just go ahead and ask me and I'll tap in with folks. But I'm going to put that shit up and you feel me? Let's make some money. But other than that, like I said, just go fuck with me on the socials. Fuck with me on YouTube. Go ahead and follow because, like I said, I'm going to be posting all the time now. And you know what I'm saying? It's been your boy Lemthurdy. Thank you for fucking with me. Deuces.
I got dope.